What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another video. I'm Hunter Collins, and in today's video we'll be reviewing the Abu Garcia Veritas bass fishing rod. I've had this rod for 5 years or more now, put it through a ton of tests and limitations, and I'm going to be telling you guys whether I think it's worth the money or not. So let's jump into the video. Okay guys, real quick before we jump into the video, I just want to let you know that this will be linked in the description below if you're interested in checking one out for yourself. But otherwise, let's get straight into the video. This rod, I believe it was like 5 years ago. Like, I've had this rod for a long time, and it was actually recommended. A really big fisherman I know is more or less all he loves these rods. He uses them on the majority of his setups. So I got to looking into it one day, and I believe when I first started looking at them, they were like maybe $100 or something like that, and I was able to pick one up for around $80. I believe now these rods go, I mean, there's some different series and everything in the Veritas, but I'm pretty sure they go anywhere from $60 to $100. And I would say that's like a medium level rod. Like, it's not up there with, you know, a Dobbins or a St. Croix or a G. Loomis or anything, but it's also not down there with, you know, like the $20, $30, $40 rods that are just overall a lot cheaper. Now, before we get too far into this video, if you're just looking for a quick cut to the chase, this is my favorite rod ever. This is, for what it is, this is my favorite rod ever for what it is. I would recommend this to anybody over my St. Croix, unless you have 30 fishing rods already and you're a millionaire. Go buy a St. Croix. This rod, I think, is the best bang for buck rod on the market. Granted, I've only used like 20, maybe 30 rods on the market, and there's hundreds of them, maybe even thousands. But out of everything I've used, everything I've tested, all the reviews I've watched, like everything, total in total, I think this rod's the best bang for your buck on the market. Let me tell you why. So if you can get this rod 60 to 80 bucks, it's a very good medium rod. You know, for 60 to 80 bucks, plus another, you know, 50 to 120 or so for the reel. Now you have a under $200 setup, like a $100 to $200 setup, honestly, which is a good medium setup, good for if you fish a lot, but you don't want to spend too much money, but you also don't want the cheapest. So it's right in that perfect price range, in my opinion. This rod, you know, it has great sensitivity. I really like how it turns down here. It's lightweight, feels comfortable in your hand. I personally like the look of cork handles the best, but honestly, I think this thing's pretty sick looking itself. And this thing can take a beating. Like people talk about ugly sticks, but the Abu Garcia Veritas, it's got something coming for ugly sticks. But I've beat this rod to death, and I don't think anything can really compare to it, honestly. And then I know I have several of them. Jared has several of them. And I know some other people that just really like to use these rods. And once again, I think they're like that perfect medium. I think this is probably the best bang for buck overall rod on the market that I've used. And recently I've been wanting to kind of expand, try some different ones. You know, maybe go with like more expensive. I've done that some recently, just to kind of try different things. But out of everything I've tried, still yet, I would say that, in my opinion, best bang for buck rod on the market. I mean, it don't feel awkward or clunky. It feels pretty good in my hand. I mean, it's not terribly heavy, like, not unnecessarily. Like, obviously, the lighter the rod, the lighter it's going to be, but it's not unnecessarily bulky or heavy in any way. Once again, it takes a beating. It's pretty sensitive. I have a St. Croix, and it's definitely more sensitive than this. Like, you can tell a difference. But this is still better than anything else you're going to buy for a cheaper price, I believe. And once again, if you're not crazy into bass fishing, and this is like kind of a big statement for a bass fisherman to make, but regardless of what rod and reel you have, you're pretty much going to catch the same fish. Now, I know you might miss a lot of hookups and stuff if you're not, maybe if you're throwing something that you shouldn't be on, like a 7/8 heavy rod or extra heavy or something. But if you can buy several of these and have them in the types of rods you want, have the right setups, I don't think that this would make any difference. I know Jared, even though he has some very, very nice stuff, Jared's always talking about how you could just go to Walmart and get a $50 rod, a $50 reel, and absolutely slay. I'm with him, I believe that. But overall, I think the Abu Garcia Veritas is the best overall bang for buck rod on the market. That's my personal opinion. From what I've used, once again, I've used 20 to 30 maybe of the rods on the market, and you know, there's hundreds out there, if not thousands. So if you guys are interested, once again, the link will be below. But that's pretty much all I have to say for this. It's just a fishing rod. It basically is what it is. There's not too much to talk about. However, I just wanted to give you guys a quick review on it, a little rundown on the Abu Garcia Veritas. Once again, I believe it's phenomenal. It will definitely work. My overall opinion would be is if you have 10 rods already and they're all not Walmart cheap $5, $10 combo. Like if you have 10 nice rods, if you have 5 or 6 nice rods and you pretty much have everything you need, I would start expanding. Like go try something maybe a little more expensive. Go buy like a Dobbins or a G. Loomis or something, or St. Croix, or just get like maybe get an Abu Garcia that costs $100, $150. Like try something like a little more, or just start trying different ones like this. Go buy a $50 rod and test it out and see if you believe it's actually that big of a difference than an expensive rod. But I think that if you're just getting into fishing and you've got to the point where you're like, hey, I really want to do this, or you only have 1 or 2 rods right now, would 1,000,000% recommend go pick up 1 or 2 of these. Once again, anywhere from $60 to $100, I believe, depending on what series you get, when you get it, where you get it at, all of the above. But I think that this would do you the best and perform great for you as a fisherman, last you, and just overall be a durable, nice, sensitive, lightweight, good feeling rod in your hands that you can use every day. So that's my final thoughts on this. Once again, the Abu Garcia Veritas Rod. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would do me one huge favor, please hit that subscribe button. It allows me to keep making these content, keep making these review videos for you guys to see, so you can know my opinion and you can overall get a better view of, you know, anything it is that I'm reviewing at the time. But appreciate you guys so much. Everything, all the love means so much to me. Thank you guys for watching this video. We will catch you guys next time, and as always, take someone outdoors.